Welcome back, everybody. This is the Now Morning Show right here on TTT. Remember, if you've left your television sets and you're heading in your cars right now, you could catch us on Talk City 91.1 FM. And of course, you could catch us anywhere in the world streaming live on Facebook at TTT Live Online. Now, we live for local, and with me this morning is local filmmaker Dylan Kennell, and he has done a film called Small Change. Good morning, Dylan. Welcome. Right, so let's get right into it. Small Change, what have you seen with your own two eyes that prompted you to do this movie on climate change?
So, Small Change wasn't originally supposed to be a film. In, I think, 2014 or 15, the I Am Movement had a climate march around the Savannah. Right. So it was meant to be just one of those after-event videos, and it kind of snowballed into a documentary. You know, we had the footage, and I was like, you know, guys, let's interview some important stakeholders and make something big out of it, something that could go
Who were some of the important stakeholders, as you mentioned?
So we interviewed Dr. Agard, a professor in UWI, and then other than that, various stakeholders on the ground, like some farmers, people in fisheries, and then some entrepreneurs, Mr. Robert Taniak, who's actually dealing with some going into solar energy and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what did it take in regards to research? How long did it take you to get to this point from going from just a march into having produced a film now? What did it take?
Yeah. So it was actually a really quick production in terms of start to finish, probably filmed over the course of 2 weeks. And then edited in another 2 weeks because we had to meet deadlines for the film festival.
Right.
So that was our main goal, to launch it in the film festival to really start a conversation.
So who were some of the people that were involved with you in getting this done in that short space of time?
So it was myself along with two key stakeholders from the I Am Movement team, Jonathan Barker, who's one of the co-founders, and Nikita Poonkong, who's not with us anymore, but she is also one of the co-founders of I Am Movement. So she helped, both Jonathan and Nikita helped me find relevant people to interview and drive me around, actually.
always convenient,
yeah, transport
right?
is very important.
Yes, definitely. All right, so let's talk about Small Change itself. Give me a little synopsis of the movie.
Okay, so Small Change briefly touches on the broad topic of climate change, but it speaks more specifically to Trinidad and our dependence on the oil economy and how dangerous that is, especially in the times that we are in now. You know, there's talks of BP potentially not being able to supply Atlantic LNG's Train 1 with enough natural gas. So it's a big issue, us being so dependent on the oil dollar and not diversifying our economy. So that's kind of the gist of it, is how dangerous it is and how we need to diversify.
To be just one-dimensional is what you mean.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. And I understand that it also includes the topic of the Metiver Empowerment. Tell me a little bit about that.
So that's actually, it's a separate piece.
Okay.
So there's Small Change and then there's Metiver Empowerment.
Right.
So Metiver Empowerment is, it covers the short launch of the Vetiver Empowerment Program in Parliament. So it's introducing the Vetiver plant, or should I say reintroducing the Vetiver plant into Parliament. And the reason they chose Parliament is because it's a hillside farming community.
Right.
And what the Vetiver plant is essentially an inverted retaining wall, because the roots grow 10 meters deep. So when you plant them very close together, they all interlock, and it creates essentially that, an inverted retaining wall. So that piece is shorter than Small Change, and it covers that program that happened in Parliament. I guess,
right, so definitely something we need to be aware of, and the importance, especially people in this community, but of course us.
And it's also cheaper, so especially for coastal communities, it's very viable.
And you know, and of course there's a lot of importance in regards to having a platform to have your films shown, and you know, of course, right here on TTT, we live for local. And you know, so it's definitely something to look forward to, and we look forward to when it will actually air.
I'm very excited to see it on TV. Because I mean, imagine. Some people that might not have been able to see it online, maybe in the rural communities, can now see it. And somebody might be having coastal erosion issues with their house, say in Blanchisseuse. We had somebody from Lafayette this morning.
Right. Yeah,
you never know.
That's
and
right.
they could see it on TTT, and something that they may have never seen before, they could now see and get in contact with us.
That's right. And put something in place that would be beneficial for their community.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Kennel, I want to thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Very welcome.
And wishing you the best of luck in your future endeavors as well as a filmmaker. And we expect to see much more good work from you.
Thank you.
All right.